Did we get Duran out 8 right when the show started? Is that what I'm hearing? What's up, Conflict? How you doing, buddy? Give me just a second. What do we got here? And Duran's out. How about that? How about that? That's perfect. I was hoping he would be out. How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks, baby girl. Guess I should post in the Discord that we're live. Duran is out. What's up, Don? We gotta wait for these projections to update now, huh? 7 viewers, how's everybody doing? Just giving it a minute before we start. Give everybody a minute to join in. Don't want anyone to feel behind. How's everybody doing tonight? Did you guys win some money last night? I feel like the core done really well last night. I know me and Chubbs wound up on the same lineup. Also, spoiler alert, Isaiah Stewart will be core. Without a doubt, hands down. No doubt in my mind. Beef Stew, he's going to be in all the lineups tonight, guys. Jose's here. Quentin's here. How's it going, guys? Hope you're doing well. Shall we start? I think we should start. Yeah, man, Elite, we had a great day yesterday, brother. Glad to see you back, buddy. Glad to see you back. Let's get into it. Position by position. Point guard today. Derek White's almost unfadable to me. I love Derek today. Just looking at his numbers with no Tatum. The last 2 games he played, he has not done bad. Now, you're going to look at this and say, his last 2 games, he played Milwaukee and Memphis, put up 31 and 34 fantasy points. That's not great, right? The issue is he shot 1 for 10 and 3 for 9. That's the issue. He's still getting all the peripherals. So, I mean, if he can get that shot to fall, we're looking at a 45 plus fantasy point day from him if his shot's falling. He's at home. This defense is terrible against the 2 guard. He's going to be asked to score more because there's no Tatum on the court. I love Derek White today. I really do. Drew Holiday, still grading out great for me. Now, yes, I like Derek White a ton more than Drew Holiday, but I'm happy if both or just one of these guys are in my lineup. Last 2 games, Drew has grossly exceeded his value with 41 and 35 fantasy points. And last game against Memphis, he shot the ball 26 times. That's not really Drew's game nowadays, But I mean, if he's going to put up 15 plus shots today, I'm very happy with it. And we know the opportunity's there with no Tatum. That's right, Jose. Like the video. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Say hello. You got any questions about the slate? That's what I'm here for. Please, just ask me. DeJounte Murray, he's grading out well, but I'm not so sure how much Murray I want today. I feel like he's going to be over-owned. LineStar has him at 39% right now, and I get it. I do. He's a great basketball player. Last 2 games, he has exceeded value. Does a little bit of everything. I'm going to have him today. Don't get me wrong. I'm playing like 400 lineups today. I'm going to have him. But in my single entries, I just would prefer to have White and Drew. CJ McCollum, kind of the same story. He's totally fine, but not a guy that I'm just dying to get. But he is grading out well. So if you land on him, don't be upset. Perfectly viable. And Sacramento is not that good against the 2 guard. It truly depends on the slate, Don. Like, I'll have a bench player or 2 in single entry today. It's there's no right or wrong answer, Don. It just depends on the slate and who the players are. I mean, Malik Monk, always viable off the bench, but he started becoming a starter lately. But he was always in play. So it's really just who the player is, how many games are on the slate, what kind of value the slate has. But I got some guys that's coming off the bench today we're going to talk about I like. But there's really no black and white answer to that. It's a gray area. It's truly dependent on the slate. Tyler Hero's grading out well. Exceeded value 3 straight games. I do think Jimmy Butler being in the lineup is going to hurt him. But he's still grading out really well. The guy I think everybody's overlooking from the Celtics today, Peyton Pritchard. I don't think he starts, but he's still going to get north of 25 minutes today. And this guy is a monster when he's on the court. 0.98 fantasy points per minute. And I just think it's a good matchup. Last game against Detroit, he played 34 minutes. I believe Drew Holiday was out in that one, so he started. Put up 30 fantasy points. I really like him. Really like him. He's only pulling 17% ownership, which is nothing on this slate. So, don't mind him at all. Sorry, I got a message there on Discord. Speaking of Discord, it is linked in the chat. It is in the description below the video. Join it. It's free. You can ask me questions at any time about the NBA, your lineup, and I'm a free resource there to benefit you and help you build winning lineups. Davion Mitchell. I hate playing this guy. I truly do. But he's only 3,900. He's going to get playing time. If he lands in your lineups, then so be it. But he's only a 0.58 fantasy point per minute player. He just doesn't do much when he's on the court. But he's also only 3,900 on a small slate. So I'm going to have him in MME, but I am definitely not going to have him in my lineup in single entries at all. I think De'Aaron Fox is fine. I'm not a fan of playing any of these superstars on the Kings when they're all fully healthy. Any given night, it can be Fox, it can be Sabonis, it can be DeRozan, it can be Monk. And, you know, Keegan Murray is a very solid player on his own. He's not a superstar, but he garners usage and does well. So I really hate playing a King, but Fox is grading out pretty well. Don't necessarily mind him. I'm going to have him in MME, but other than that, you know. Guy I think's kind of getting overlooked tonight because of his price is Cade Cunningham. He just played Boston and put up 56 fantasy points on them. Followed that up with a game against New York, putting up 64 fantasy points on them. He's a monster. 1.46 fantasy points per minute. I really like Cade. I do. And he's not pulling the ownership I think he should. 14%. I think it's his price. But of all the viable guards tonight, he is the lowest owned. So I know he's going to be in your lineup tonight, eh? I have no interest in Malik Monk at this price. It's just too high for me. And Ivy, Rozier, and Ellis, just MME fillers, really. At the 2 guard, love Trey Murphy tonight. He's just been a monster with no Ingram. Last 2 games, he's put up 39 and 45 fantasy points, playing 34 and 38 minutes. I fully expect him, the short-handed group, to play 36 plus minutes tonight. And he's right at a fantasy point per minute player. Give me all the Trey Murphy tonight, and I'm happy. I know his price seems like a lot at 6,400, but he crushes it. Does a little bit of everything. Give me Trey Murphy tonight. Really like him. Absolute lock tonight. Jaylen Brown. No Tatum. You know how it goes. Like, Tatum's 1A. Jaylen Brown's 1B. Both superstars. Both elite players. He's priced far too cheap for no Tatum being on the court. Just played Detroit on December 4th and put up 54 fantasy points. He's lock, stock, and barrel. I'm going to have all of him tonight. Give me the JB. Another guy I think is kind of getting overlooked here is Brandon Boston. He's pulling 26% ownership. I don't think that's enough. 4,700 is just a very generous price tag for the upside that Boston has. We've seen earlier in the year when he was starting, he was getting 38 minutes a game. He put up 44 fantasy points. I don't project that tonight. I think he plays around 26 minutes. That could definitely be enough for a player of his caliber. He's a fantasy point per minute player. You get 26 from him tonight, that's exceeding the 5x value. You're a happy, happy guy. Grady Dick, I really like him. Grady Dick's only pulling 21% ownership, and we've seen some great games from him with no Barnes on the court. 43, 47, 46 fantasy points. I expect him to play north of 30 minutes tonight. Only $5,200. Very happy if he lands in my lineup. He's kind of dependent on his shot falling, but if it is, he can put up huge numbers. Agbaji's fine. Like, I'm not thrilled about having him, but he's going to have to play big minutes today. Only 0.56 fantasy points per minute player, so kind of a shitter, but I do expect him to play most of the game. Here's the guy I like, but his ownership's went up so much. 30% owned, Drew Smith, but he's getting the minutes. 29 and 26 minutes in the last 2 games. I went back and looked. In both of those games, he played the entire 4th quarter. And, like, they were competitive, close games. It wasn't like he was getting blowout run. So, I feel like they believe in Drew Smith. I really like him, but he is 30% owned. But at 3,900, you can't be too picky. Also, Davion Mitchell's 3,900, and if I had to pick between the two, I'd rather have Drew Smith. I really would. Jacoby Walter is okay, just MME only play for me. I wish they would commit to him or Mitchell, one of the two. If they would do that, it would be so much easier to pick between these two. I think Walter is a much better player, but you never know who's going to get more minutes, him or Mitchell. Tim Hardaway I have almost no interest in because he gets paid to stand on the basketball court and do nothing. Last game out he played 31 minutes and had 17 fantasy points. But he has 3,800 and could play good minutes, so if for some reason you believe in old Tim Hardaway, the 0.42 fantasy point per minute player, then, I mean, he's 3,800. Rest of these guys just MME filler, don't have a lot of interest in them, not going to have them in single entry. Small forward, absolutely locked for me today, Herb Jones. You guys know I love Herb. First game back against Phoenix, he was a core piece for us in the Discord. He dropped 42 for us. I'm not expecting 42 again, but I definitely think he can easily get 30 plus in this matchup against the Kings. I think he's going to have to play huge minutes. His last 2 games, he's played 37 and 38 minutes, and I fully expect the same again today. So, absolute lock for me. You tell me I can get a $5,300 player that's going to play 38 minutes. I don't care who it is. I am hitting that lock button. Jimmy Butler. I love Jimmy today, but I hate that he's pulling 44% ownership. What is that in the grand scheme of things? Yep, it is the most ownership on the slate is Jimmy B. But 7,500 is too cheap for Jimmy. You guys know that. Rumors circulating he's wanting a trade. Heat might run him the entire game trying to up his trade value tonight. So, really like Jimmy. Gonna have a lot of him. I'm probably gonna be around the field. 44%. I'll probably be 35 to 40% on him. And I'm happy with it. Keegan Murray, he's just a pretty good basketball player. Don't mind him tonight at all. RJ Barrett, I think, is getting grossly overlooked today. You guys know he's going to have to do everything for this team. Him and Podol are going to have to do everything for this team tonight against Miami. He's only pulling 20% ownership. We've seen some monster games from him when no Barnes in the lineup. Dropped 65, 52, 52, 53, 52 again. Like, when Barnes is not in this lineup, it is his team. 1.22 fantasy point per minute player. Give me all the Barnes tonight. I know the price range is totally different, but I would rather have a lot more Barrett than I would Butler, given the ownership. Tobias Harris is fine. I always get him wrong when I roster him. He drops a 17 or 18 fantasy point game. But he just played Boston December 4th, put up 43 fantasy points. He's going to play north of 30 minutes. And, if he lands in my lineup, I'm going to run him. Don't have much interest in DeRozan. Really have no interest in any of these guys down here. They're just MME filler for me. Power forward, just go ahead and lock him in. Throw away the key. Isaiah Stewart, beef stew, should be starting. Now, we'll get the starting lineup and confirm that, but I'm 99% sure that he is going to be starting, and I'm going to have all of him. Well, Elite, so I thought so at first, and I did get a lot of my initial lineups with 4 Celtics, but the best lineups I was getting was with 3 Celtics. But I'm okay either way. I mean, if my final single entry has 4 Celtics in it, I'm okay with it. Because I absolutely love White, Brown, Holiday, and Porzingis tonight. And I really like Peyton Pritchard, too. I could even throw Al Horford in there. I think he's an alright play today. So I'm totally okay with it. But the best lineups that I was getting earlier was 3. I was getting 3 Celtics. But not much more to say about Isaiah Stewart. Should be starting. We'll get the lineup. We'll confirm. But I love him. The Pelicans chalk, I don't know. Let's see. They're going to have to play big minutes today because they're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 people that I consider viable. Like, should be in the NBA playing basketball. And then they have Daniel Theis, Antonio Reeves, Trey Jameson, and Jamal Cain. I think that's why they're chalk, is because these guys are going to get monster minutes. I fully expect Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, probably DeJounte Murray to play 36 plus minutes today. They're going to play the entire game. Maybe even Missy. Because, I mean, Trey Jameson, he's going to get some run, but I don't think it's going to be much. As long as Missy stays out of foul trouble, which he hasn't really had a lot of foul issues this year, he should play most of the game too. Back to power forward. Porzingis, I love today. But he is 44% owned, tied with Jimmy Butler for the most on the slate. So if I have to take a Celtic out of my lineup today, I pretty much love them all equally. I'm going to look at ownership, and Porzingis is the guy pulling the most. But there's no reason he doesn't pay the salary off. I mean, his last 3 games that he's played, he's put up 43, 44, and 43 fantasy points. Good matchup. I would have honestly liked him more if Duran was in, because he would have fouled the shit out of him and he would have lived at the free throw line. But regardless, I still love Porzingis today. Gonna have a bunch of him. I think Sabonis is absolutely fine. Don't mind him. Probably be around the field, which is at 28 or sorry, 26% on him. Then we pretty much talked about everybody else. The remaining guys down here just MME fillers. If I had to pick one of these guys from below DeRozan that I liked, it'd probably be Mogbo. Kevin Love has huge upside if he gets some minutes, but he never does. He never plays more than 15, 16 minutes. Last game out, he played 5. And at center, it's all Missy for me today. He's going to play a ton. He's a 1.10 fantasy point per minute player. It just doesn't get better today for Missy. But if you want to pivot off of him, I like Podol. Podol's in a great spot. I mean, the matchup's not great, but the spot where Scotty Barnes ain't in the lineup, he's going to soak up a lot more usage. He's going to have to produce. And then Bam Adebayo, I always get him wrong. I always play him against the wrong team and he lets me down, but great matchup tonight. Absolutely fantastic matchup. If you want to play Bam, go for it. I love him. Love him. And then the last viable center I would say for tonight is Al Horford. Only 5K, only pulling 13% ownership. You know, I don't mind him. Should get you value. Let's see here. Holiday, White, Brown, Herb, Pingus Tingus, Mr. Hero, Trey Murphy, Beef Stew. I think that's solid. It's solid. I do worry just a tad bit about Hero. There's no stats to back it up. This is just me feeling like it's going to be a Jimmy Butler day. He wants a trade. He wants out of Miami. He wants to improve his trade stock, right? Like, I feel like he's just going to go off today and be like, hey, look what I can do. Trade for me. But that's all just me feeling that way. There's no statistical data to analyze there. With that said, what's Hero's ownership? He's pretty highly owned. And you ask about point guard ownership. De'Aaron Fox is 26%. Cade is 14. Cade's entirely too low. And Hero is 22. But honestly, you ask about Fox and Cade, I would rather run Hero and Cade, even though I just said that about Hero. I don't believe in Fox tonight. Murray's a solid defender. But it's the time where we got to give our core. First core piece for me, Derek White on FanDuel. Second core piece is going to be Trey Murphy. Third core piece, Jaylen Brown. And my last two core pieces are going to be Herb Jones and Isaiah Stewart. Too easy today, fellas. Too easy. Let's run that and see what we get while I post this in the Discord. Alright, that is posted in the Discord for you guys. And these builds we're getting a bit surprising to me. I like them, don't get me wrong, but we're getting way more Podol than we are Missy. We got 32% Podol to only 26% Missy. I like Missy today a little better than I like Podol. Interesting. Fox solid. That's true. Fox is a solid defender. I think the best play today from the Pelicans will be Missy. I honestly like Missy, Murphy, and Jones best. Those are my three faves. Swap over here to DK. Let's have a look over here. Not going to go as in-depth on DK as I do FanDuel, but I love some Drew Holiday. Only 5K. He's a lock on DK, guys. Like, 5K is just too cheap. Still love Derek White. Still love Peyton Pritchard. Cade Cunningham's really popping over on DK. Like him quite a bit. Those are really the only 4 I'd want to run on DK. But if you got off those, Hero looks great at 7,700. Drew Smith at 3,500 is criminal, but he is a bit risky. The 2 guard, it's much of the same. I mean, I love Derek White today. JV is phenomenal today. 8,200 is far too cheap for him. Trey Murphy looks great. Small forward Herb Jones is an automatic lock at that price for me. Love him today. Love him. What happened with Jonathan Mogbo? Why is his projection crazy right now? We get some kind of... Yeah, we got some kind of news. Holy shit. RJ Barrett's running the point. Mogbo's starting at the 4. What kind of news is this? Mogbo becomes super intriguing on both sites now. Mogbo's a lock on DK now, 3,900. You gotta lock him in. Give me just a second to get through DK 8 and I'll let you know. Al Horford looks fine. Move to center. It's all Isaiah Stewart. You gotta play him. Missy still looks fantastic. But DK core, we're gonna go ahead and give it. Isaiah Stewart at center, Mogbo at power forward, and then Drew Holiday at point guard. I really still want Missy. 5K is just far too cheap for him. We're going to put Missy down there at center. Let me move him up to point. And that's your DK core right there, guys. Drew Holiday, Jonathan Mogbo, Isaiah Stewart, and Missy in the utility. We're going to run it and see what kind of lineups we can get here. Ooh, I like this. Like, this lineup is so cheap. Like, look at this first lineup. You get Barrett. Oh, yeah, you get Derek White, too. Derek White, Barrett, Cade, and Jimmy Buckets? Come on, sign me up. Sign me up all day for that right there now. Let me make sure I got I didn't. I'm glad I checked. I've got to reserve a contest real quick on DK because I am loving what we're getting here. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let me check those ownerships for you, 8. White, Brown, and Holiday, he says. Take these core pieces out so it's easier to read. Derek White, 43%. Jaylen Brown, 39%. And Drew Holiday, 26%. Mogbo looks super interesting over on FanDuel now, too. Amazing value. Mogbo will probably be in my single entries now. Mogbo is a baller. He just has never really got the opportunity to play big minutes. He's a 1.06 fantasy point per minute player. And I really like RJ Barrett more now running the point. Who would not want RJ Barrett with the ball in his hands literally all the time? Just do some rough runs right now. Just see what we're getting. No core locked in or anything. 1 core piece, 2 core piece, 3 core piece, 4. We get the core when we run it anyway, so perfect. Get Pingus Tingus at center. Not as much Mogbo as I thought. I still want. I'm going to manually boost him. Only getting 17%. How do you guys feel about the slate? Also, I am here for you guys. You got questions, hit me with them. That is why I'm here. If you're new here, join the Discord. It's linked in the chat and below the stream. It's completely free. Can help you guys anytime you have any questions. happy to. That is why I'm here. I forgot to post the DK core. There you go. It's posted in the Discord. We put Herb and Murphy together. Absolutely. I'm going to have them together in a ton of lineups tonight, Don. You like Walsh? I don't like Walsh. I think he's out of my player pool. Yeah, he is. He hasn't played in 2 straight games. 2 before that, he played 7 and 13 minutes. I mean, even if he plays, right, his best game of the year was 14 fantasy points in 19 minutes. So, I have zero faith in Jordan Walsh. I will have none of him. We got the Heat lineup. It's going to be Hero, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Haywood Highsmith, and Bam Adebayo. Pull that up so you guys can see it. I just always get it on my phone before the computer. Murray, White, Hero, Brown, Murphy, Butler, Stu, Moog, and Missy. Don't mind that at all, brother. Don't mind it at all. Could certainly be a lineup I would run. Because you get the superstars, right? You get White, you get Murray, or, yeah, you get White, you get Murray, you get Hero, you get Butler, like, you get your superstars in there, right? And you just hope that they have their ceiling games. Do I like McCollum? Not necessarily. Like, I'm going to have McCollum in MME, but I can guarantee I won't have him in my single entry. He's grading out decently. I got him for 35.5 fantasy points, but, I mean, he's just kind of a meh play to me. Like, I'm going to have him in MME, just not in single entry. Celtics starting Holiday, White, Brown, Horford, and Tingus Pingus. That's who we expected them to start. Favorite low-owned studs out of Cade. Cade is by far my favorite, but let's just look. Yeah, Cade is my favorite. Second favorite would be RJ Barrett. I don't think that ownership's right, though. I don't know if it's updated. LineStar's got RJ Barrett at 18%. I want to be far over that with him running the point. So it would be Caden Barrett for sure. White, Cunningham, Grady Dick, Murphy, Herb. So I'll say this, Chubbs. I like your first lineup better, but I think that second lineup has a higher upside but lower floor. So it's a bit more risky, but I would absolutely run that because I'm trying to win the tournament, not just cash. Pistons starting Cunningham, Ivy, Hardaway Jr., Harris, and Beef Stew is starting. Fantasy Labs has him at 28%. That's about where I expect. So, really the only low-owned stud is Cade. Sabonis is at 19%, but I'm neither here nor there on Sabonis tonight. You guys got questions, let me know. That is what I am here for. I am here to help you guys. Yeah, I like that, Elite. I would like to have Mogbo for Highsmith if you could fit it, but I don't think you can in that lineup. Yeah, Mogbo is starting. He is starting. Yeah, Mogbo starting automatic lock for me over on DK. I'm gonna have him in every lineup. I can guarantee it. Every single lineup. Getting more news for tomorrow. That doesn't help us. You guys got any questions, hit me with them. That is why I'm here, fellas. Guys, if you are a free member of the Discord, please consider subscribing to the premium. It helps out tremendously. I could not do this without our paid subscribers, and it's only $10. $10, guys. I can almost promise you, the information I give you will help you win your money back in a single night. Talking about DeJounte Murray or Keegan Murray, Chubbs? Let me know which one, buddy, and I'll let you know. Guys, I just want to point out that last night's stream had 98 views. That is mind-blowing to me that almost 100 people watched the stream. That is all because of you guys, and I can't say thank you enough. Oh, you're good, buddy. Let me take a look. We will see. DeJounte is 40% owned right now. 40%. 4-0. Yeah, he's pretty highly owned. But point guard as a whole is pretty highly owned today. Let's just pull up point guard here, sort by owned. White, McCollum, Murray, all 40% or more. Davion Mitchell pulling 28. I think that's going to go down a little bit. Drew Holiday at 26. De'Aaron Fox 24. Cade's still holding at 19%. Probably my favorite play. Not a core piece, but I like Cade Cunningham a lot tonight. He is severely underowned. I think he has one of the highest upsides on the entire slate. I would never want to play Haywood Highsmith, 0.72 fantasy point per minute, but on a 3-game slate, he's getting the minutes. Yeah, he could be a viable last guy in, but if I could get to Mogbo, I would just much rather do that 8. Think it's worth pivoting to McCollum then? No, because he's pulling 42% ownership. I would just keep Murray. I think Murray has a higher upside. He's projecting to be less owned. My 2 favorite plays on this slate today might be Cade and RJ Barrett. I think Barrett at the point is just getting severely overlooked. That's my secret play if you're watching the if you're watching the YouTube video or stream, RJ Barrett today. I don't know why he's not pulling the ownership. He should be. I love Barrett today. I want all the Barrett. Got about 15 minutes to lock, ladies and gents. Let's get those lineups in. K. Duncan, Brown Mogbo. I could not play Kevin Love today, brother. Could not do it. Even at Stone Man, I love his game, but you can never know if he's going to play over 5 minutes. Like, his max is 15. He's not going to play over 15 minutes. And there's some nights where it's serious. He plays 5 minutes. That's it. And I just can't do that tonight. Paul Reed gets some run with Duran out? I'm not so sure. Let's just look at them as a team. I mean, yeah, he's going to get some run, but I don't think it's viable. I mean, his price isn't bad, but he hasn't played in 2 straight games. Hasn't played over 15 minutes all year. Has met value. I mean, he's a good fantasy point per minute producer. He would be the type of guy I'm happy to get 10% of in my MME 150 max, but there's no way in hell I play him in a single entry ever. I mean, even on DK. I mean, I'm pulling up for DK, but it's just not going to be enough. Yeah, like, I just can't for 3K. Can't do it. I knew you would be doing some shit like that tonight, 8. There's no way you're running Paul Reed on FanDuel, 8. There's no way. For your sake, I hope he does, but for my sake, I hope he doesn't, because I'm going to have all the beef stew tonight. I mean, he very well could. Tingus Pingus is a baller. I just don't want you guys to overlook some RJ Barrett tonight, guys. Please do not overlook him. I think he absolutely can at any given time, honestly. Alright, trying to get my FanDuel lineups uploaded here. Alright, they went in successfully, thank goodness. Holiday is my Celtic, Caden Fox, and Hero, Barrett, and Toby all look like solid pivots, yeah. Okay, I'll check it, done. Holiday, Brown, RJ, Mobo, Tingus. That looks solid, elite. Now, I really like that, brother. Really, really like that. No, no. You're gonna take down, brother. You're gonna take down. I replied to you in the Discord, Don, by the way. Yeah, elite. Of the lines you've sent, that is by far my favorite, for sure. We just gotta hope that Mogbo, Stewart, and Missy don't get in foul trouble. Because they're my most owned. You fading RJ? I can't do it tonight. He's my favorite play on the whole slate. And he's just so underowned. 21% on DK. I got 100% of him on DK, by the way. But you guys know I just play single entry over there. And on FanDuel, I'm like 65%. The field right now has, not Butler, Barrett, has him at 17%. His ownership has went down on Line Star for some reason. No, not for me. Guys, our Thursday night football write-up was posted completely free. It is in the guest plays section of the Discord. If you're not in our Discord, click the link in the chat or below the video. Join, It's a completely free write-up for Thursday Night Football. Completely free. What's Hero again? Looks like he's going to be running the point tonight. He is 23%. He's went down a little bit. RJ plus Ivy. I don't like Ivy tonight. Ivy's upside is just so limited when we get Cade in the lineup. Jimmy and Murray would be a much better combo just because of how bad I think Ivy is. Three minutes to lock, guys. Time is flying by. Jones or Missy, single entry on DK. Missy. Missy for me. I like them both. Like them both quite a bit, actually. But if I had to pick between the two, it's Missy. Cade, Brown, RJ, Mogbo, Horford, Holiday, Herb, and Stu. Love it, Elite. Solid line, in my opinion. Literally, your only question mark's Al Horford. He's starting. He should get plenty of minutes tonight, enough to pay off his salary. Any point guard under 6,200 on FanDuel or DK Chubbs? Because Drew Holiday at 5,800, great point guard Chubbs. He would be my favorite under that price range. If not, it would be Peyton Pritchard. After that, you're just in a downfall going all the way down to Davion Mitchell at 3,900, who's grading out as a better value for me than Jaden Ivey. So it'd be Holiday or Pritchard would be the only two viable options in my opinion, Chubbs. Well, we are locked, guys. We are now locked. It is 6:30. Well, my clock's a little fast because my other monitor says 6:29. But regardless, it is that time of the show where I'm going to head out, fellas. I appreciate you as always. If you're new here, be sure to join the Discord. You guys can ask me questions at any time about the slate, and I'm happy to help you out. I'm a free resource for you. Just add me in the Discord, and I'll help you the best I can. Good luck, guys. I hope to see one of you guys taking down one of your names at the top. A screenshot saying you're winning millions of dollars would make me a super happy man. But good luck, guys. I appreciate you. I'm out.